And hello, and welcome everyone to the comic multiverse where the worlds of nerd meet. I am your newly mohawked host, Cape Joel. Joining me as always is Matt.
You're getting ready for that Shark Week.
Getting ready for Shark Week. I get ready in style. But no, actually, I'm sure people are already asking, already writing in the comment section, what the fuck's up with the new hair, Joel? This is a Twitch thing. I reached a Twitch goal when I stream live over there over my birthday. Thanks to great fans like Lichlord Chris, I passed a milestone, and I promised if I did, I'd shave my head into something crazy. I thought a mohawk would be the most crazy thing I could ever do to my hair, but honestly, I think I'm kind of rocking it, honestly. I think I'm making it work.
You're making it work, yeah.
I'm making it work. I'm also doing the thing where my sideburns connect to my beard. I've always wanted to do that.
Fancy.
Very fancy. And, considering I did it all myself, I think I lined it up okay. Because, I'm very much not one of those measure twice, cut once kind of people. I'm like, is that level close enough? How's your week been, Matt?
It's been pretty good, yeah. I actually had a lot going this week. I ended up, if you see my Twitter, I ended up buying a Nintendo Switch.
I did see that. I'm super jealous. I'm thinking of buying one next paycheck at the end of the month. And considering it's like the 28th now, I might get one right next to you very soon so we can play Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get one, but then places here were having big sales because it's end of the tax year and everything. And I'm like, oh, that's too good of a deal to pass up.
I haven't done my taxes yet this year. I need to get those in. I think we can both agree Canada and Australia, when it comes to taxes, aren't nearly as stringent as the States are. And the States is like, ooh, the tax man's going to get you. Ooh, you don't want that. In Canada and Australia, it's more of just get it done and don't lie on it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Is what it really comes down to. It's like, get it done eventually. Again, not to out people, but I know people who haven't paid their taxes in 5 years, and they're like, I'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll get to it eventually.
I'm like, all right, good on you. But yeah, I noticed you got some games for the Switch. What have you been playing?
Yeah, I got 3 games so far. I got Ultimate Alliance, which has been really cool, except the costume skins are a fucking joke.
I saw that. They're really lazy palette
They're literally
swaps.
Someone asked me oh, can you post a picture? I'm like, well, it'd be kind of redundant for me to do because they'd look exactly the same except for a slightly different shade of purple on Black Panther's suit or something.
I hope they DLC something better in soon, because Nintendo seems to be good about that, and especially this game. It's like, hey, you're getting new X-Men and you're getting all this other stuff for free very soon.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got the expansion pass yet, but I'm probably definitely going to, because it's got Fantastic Four stuff, Marvel Knights, all the really good stuff coming. And as you just said, they're releasing I think Colossus and Cyclops and Loki as playable characters.
That's pretty sweet. I know, Nintendo is usually good about that DLC stuff. What was it, Hyrule Warriors, that I never got to play, that, Legend of Zelda Musou game, but they just kept adding new characters and new features onto that one endlessly for free.
Yeah, well, speaking of Zelda, I got Breath of the Wild as well.
Nice. Everyone's saying that that's so great.
Yeah, it's my first Zelda game since Majora's Mask.
Nice. For me, I think it would be my first Zelda game since... what were the Game Boy ones? Something of Seasons and Something of Ages.
Oh yeah, I know those ones.
Those are the two I play. So it's gonna be a bit of a jump, gonna be a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah. This one is totally different from what I thought a Zelda game would be. I obviously knew it was an open world sort of a game, but yeah, it's totally different than what I expected.
I kept hearing Witcher comparisons, honestly, which is a very good thing to be compared to.
Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah, I definitely want to play that one. I definitely want to play the Pokemons when they come out there. I hear that new Fire Emblem is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's coming on Switch, isn't it?
Yes, Fire Emblem School Days. It's you and Rodney Dangerfield, and you got to work through school again to be a Fire Emblem. I'm pretty sure that's the story. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. I've been enjoying PC gaming myself over the last little bit. As I've said before, I got a new computer thanks to many generous fans, which is the setup I've been using for the show. You were also nice enough to get me Divinity for my birthday. I haven't had much time to play that because I've been finishing Vermintide 2. I actually beat Vermintide 2 this week.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Really, really fun game. It's Left 4 Dead, but with fantasy characters. And I also found out there's 2 DLC packs I haven't gotten yet. And I'm like, this has been so much fun to stream. Maybe I should get those too. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, because we're in a bit of a game lull right now. There's really not much new coming out, which is good, because we get to go back and finish it.
Yeah, it allows me to catch up on games that I haven't started that came out in like April, May, and I've got until end of October. I think it's like the next kind of big game that comes out.
Yeah, the Halloween Christmas season is when it really starts heating up again. Have you seen that remnant from Ash there that they're touring around with? It looks like, basically I heard it pitched to me like, oh, it's like a Souls game, but it's a shooter. And I'm like, okay, and it's a PC thing. I actually wrote the company, and I'm like, press copy, please.
I have seen it, and it does look really cool. I like all like the customization options you can do in it. Like I've been seeing like people, I think who got the beta or something, and like all the stuff they're doing. And I'm like, ooh, this looks fun.
And it's procedurally generated, and there's a bunch of planets, and I'm like, all right, this is something I could see myself streaming. I'm thinking about that now. Where it's like, what's something the people would like to watch me play? Probably something with not a lot of cutscenes and where I don't have to pay attention too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's also, I think it comes out like in a month or something. Was it the Outer Worlds? I always get it confused with it's either Outer Worlds or Outer Limits or something.
That's right. That's the Obsidian game, right? The ones who made the last Fallout game people liked.
Yeah, that looks really good.
When does that come out?
I want to say like end of next month or like September, maybe. I'm not too sure. I think it got pushed back or something.
Yeah, I want to say so. God damn, there's too many. I haven't beaten Persona 3 yet because I was trying that one out and that was fun. There's so many things I haven't beaten yet, man. I'm a bad gamer, and it's hard to keep on top of that and keep on top of comics. And speaking of keeping on top of comics, everyone, if you couldn't tell, it's post San Diego Comic-Con, so no one announced anything new this week.
No, and if they did, it got like swept under the table because it wasn't worth announcing at Comic-Con.
The news bucket is dry, and Matt and I have delivered like 2 almost 3-hour-long episodes the last 2 weeks in a row, so we figured this one's going to be kind of casual, this one's going to be kind of laid back. We're going to talk about our week, we're going to shoot the shit, and then we're going to actually talk about what we read, which we haven't done in like 4 weeks. Yeah,
there's quite a few big books coming out
there are.
That came out like this last week and the week before that I really want to talk about.
Yeah, there was like a whopping 3 big new number ones this week, so we picked a good week to do something like this, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a lot of TV this week. I didn't get a chance to watch The Boys yet. I know lots of people did.
I did.
I know you did, but in the battle of like, okay, what show are you going to binge? This new Amazon comic book related thing? Or your women's prison dark comedy that you've been watching forever. And of course, Joel, Orange is the New Black. I want to see what all the Orange is the New Black girls are up to. This is my jam. I haven't finished it yet, but I am very far. I'm like 10 of 13.
Well, The Boys is only 8 episodes long.
Really?
There's like no fat in it whatsoever. And
That's good.
It's probably one of my favorite shows this year. It's really good.
High praise.
Yeah, it's really good, especially like having read the comics as well. This is not exactly like the comics, but it makes changes that probably make it better.
Let me ask you this. Is it closer to The Boys comic book than the Preacher TV show is to Preacher?
I would say yes. Yeah, they do change around some of the things to make it, not as terrible as the book is, but I'd say it's pretty on point with how it is in the comics compared to Preacher.
That's good to hear, because Preacher basically might as well be a whole other series and a whole other idea by like the time episode 2 is done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to check The Boys out at some point, just not right away.
Yeah.
I gotta finish one show before I start another one. Too many shows I'm on, too.
Well, now that Orange is the New Black is finished, I can probably start it.
Yes, absolutely. Now's the perfect time to start it, because it's finished up. I don't know if it sticks the landing. So far, it looks like it's about to stick the landing. So far, I would say the only weak season of that show was season 3, when they were still trying to figure out what the show would become, because it's obviously like based on a woman's real-life account, like a real book.
Yeah, and that obviously ran out like a while ago.
They ran out of her real life story by the time season 2 was done. And then it's like, okay, but does she still need to be the main character? Okay, she is, but she'll have less time and we'll build this really interesting cast with other people. And, it kind of loses itself, but it comes back to it. And obviously, you know, without spoiling too much, you know, they start off for many seasons in minimum security.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, not like Oz at all and not like any other prison show you've seen. But in the last 2 seasons, they're like, all right, okay, move them to maximum security just to change shit up.
That's okay. That's pretty cool.
That is good. And a whole season is a whole season built around a prison riot.
Oh, nice.
That's a very clever season. That's what made me fall back in love with the show. And I'm like, all right, okay, you got some good shit. But yeah, that's what my week's been. I know a lot of people have gone to the movies this week. That new Tarantino movie came out.
It doesn't come out here for another 3.5 weeks, and
Damn.
I'm beside myself. I really want to see it. It looks so good, and it's been getting praise as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, every Tarantino movie does, but yeah, and I'm sure you don't want it spoiled, too, because a lot of people are like, okay, so there's a thing in the last 30 minutes that we're going to be talking about for a long time to come in the film press, but I can't spoil it for you.
I kind of can guess what it will be. I'm not going to say what it is, but, like, just by how I know how Tarantino writes in his other films, plus I know, like films like Inglourious Basterds with alternate histories and stuff like that, I know what it will be.
Yeah, we're a historical fantasy about Hollywood during the time of the Manson murders, and I'm like, all right, how is Tarantino going to work with this one now? How is he going to re-envision this ending?
Yeah.
And I hear just some amazing performances in that one, as there always is.
Yeah, Brad Pitt apparently was made for this role.
Yeah, I forget which Fanning they have, if they have Dakota Fanning or the other Fanning, but one of the Fannings is in there.
I think it's Dakota Fanning. She's playing like one of like the second leader of the Manson squad.
Yeah, Squeaker, which again I know my Manson lore. And I'm like, oh really? She's playing that one. That's fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of movies and speaking of shit inspired by the Manson family, I was really happy because I got to see the trailer for 3 from Hell, which is, of course, the threequel in the Rob Zombie horror Grindhouse trilogy, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and now this one, 3 from Hell.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about it. On one hand, it's cool we're getting a follow-up to Devil's Rejects, but then on the other hand, like, I'm upset because we're getting a follow-up from Devil's Rejects, because that was probably Rob Zombie's best film, and because it was so, like, I would say reserved compared to his other films. It's
like reserved question mark. It's more like, okay, this is playing very much to your skill set, and you can tell you care about this because it's like, okay, it stars your wife and your friends and actors you respect and everything. And also too, I can understand how you'd be unhappy about them doing a third one, because man, the endings to Devil's Rejects is so good and so final, and now we're undoing that finality. Although maybe we're not, we don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, this could all just be like some dream or something they had just before they all got gunned down at the end of Devil's Rejects.
It could be. Which, probably one of my favorite uses of Freebird in a movie ever. They literally just play Freebird in its entirety, and I'm like, nice. That's some good shit. But yeah, that's what my week looked like. Anything else?
Cool. I don't think... Yeah, no, I just been like playing Switch, watching The Boys, catching up on like other TV shows. Like apparently Pennyworth started and it's already on episode 3.
Is it really?
Yeah, it just like it like popped up. I'm like, wait, this can't have started by now. Like I would have heard about this because I remember there was like that week, I think before Comic-Con, where everyone was raving about it. I'm like, okay, these guys have been paid to review this really. and pitch it. Because then like after that I heard nothing.
It's like, how much free industry booze did they pour down your gullet before they showed you the pilot?
Yeah, the pilot, I've watched the pilot, and it's, like why is this being made?
Exactly,
why?
That's, like, you can never overcome the why does this exist. This feels like a bad joke.
Yeah, it does not need to, it doesn't, I don't care that, like, Alfred is teaming up with Thomas Wayne, and there's, like, Martha Kane, and all these characters. I don't care, like, it doesn't matter, who cares?
I like Batman. I don't care what Batman's fucking butler and his father and his aunt were doing at some point in history.
Yeah.
What fucking bullshit is this? I almost want to watch it anyway, though, because I had a lot of fun doing a whole season review of Doom Patrol. So I almost feel like, man, should I do like a season review of this and be like, all right, what fresh hell is this?
It will be interesting to see if it like survives. I don't know if it will, but at the same time, like, Gotham survived and actually got to finish its story, so...
That still blows me away, that Gotham ran as long as it did. I swear some people, like, it must have had a very strong contingent of people hate watching it and people, like, camp watching it, where it's like, this show's so stupid. I can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah, I have no idea how that show... So it was like, what, 5 seasons or something?
Way longer than it should have. Like,
Yeah.
I put an example. We still worked at Name Redacted when the first episode leaked out online.
Yeah.
And I remember us watching that first episode and being like, oh, this has got some potential here, there's some places that can go with it.
And then Balloon Man came along.
And then, I think, a lot of people checked out at Balloon Man. And for everyone who checked out at Balloon Man, oh, you missed some great bollocks, because it only got stupider.
Yeah, and even in this last season, it got even stupider with, like, super mutants, and they did No Man's Land, even though Batman's not around yet, and, like, all this weird shit.
My favorite piece of Gotham stupidity that stuck out in my mind was the crime Walmart, that there was just a department store you could go to that had, like, flamethrowers and rocket launchers and, like, crime stuff. And, like, clearly when they filmed it, it was supposed to be a ha-ha-ha joke, but they re-edited it to be, like, super fucking serious and, like, put a bunch of, like, foreboding music under it. I'm like, they're at a Walmart picking out stuff for crime. Why are you playing the sinister music here? That's
the thing with the show. Like, at the start, it was goofy, and then, like, for some reason it decided, like, oh no, we need to go serious, but also still somehow keep all that goofiness, and it doesn't mesh well. It doesn't mesh at all.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that writer's room, because there was like a turf war going on between the staff writers who were like, no, we need to make it like Nolan, we need to make it like a serious Batman, and then the other side of the room was like, nah, we need to make it goofy Adam West Batman is what we needed, and then someone in the middle is like, well, can't we just make a cop show? Batman's not actually in this show. Shut up, guy who wants to make a cop show.
Well, I think the show was originally going to be. It was going to be Gotham Central, Greg Rucka's run.
Yeah.
It was going to be that, but then somehow it just turned into mostly talking about Bruce Wayne and becoming a League of Assassin member and all this stuff that should not have happened at that point.
It was supposed to originally be a Gotham Central show because Renee Montoya and Crispus Allen show up for a couple episodes in the first season, then are never mentioned again. The stars of Gotham Central. I feel like someone had to say that, like, no, get them out of here. Do not ruin them. We could still make a show about them at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Same with Swamp Thing. when Swamp Thing's all done, I'll sit down and watch it. I'm already thinking of a title being like, oh, is this the lost masterpiece? Is this gone too soon? Because, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's dead regardless.
I've been watching it week to week. I think it finishes next week. Because it was only 10 episodes, wasn't it?
Yes, it was supposed to be 13, but they cut it because of budgetary reasons.
Yeah, so this week was episode 9, so next week's the finale. But, like, I don't know whether it's because I know it's getting cancelled or just, like, because I might have expected something with hearing that it was going to have, like, $80 million budget and everything. But it's like, running in place, like, shockingly. Like, we're episode 9 and, like, the plot's barely moved a little bit. And they keep doing this thing where they're like, oh, Abby Arcane and the Swamp Thing are, like, romantically involved. I'm like, no, they're not. She met Alec Holland for, like, 10 minutes in the first episode and then never again. Like, has only met Swamp Thing in, like, a Alec Holland illusion in one episode. And that they want us to believe that there's, like a romance building between them. It's just so forced.
Have they referenced Anton Arcane anymore?
I want to say yes. I think they have. I know they did Phantom Stranger, which is really cool, because they got Macon Blair to play him. And nice. I like how his appearance, like, he appears as, like, a movie producer to the guy who plays Blue Devil, and he's the one who, like, he's the one who sort of, like, makes him Blue Devil. And sort of everything like that. Stuff with Blue Devil is really good, which is really surprising because the guy who plays Blue Devil is the lead in all the Sharknado films.
Really?
Yeah, and he's pretty decent in this.
That breaks my heart that this show had Phantom Stranger and Blue Devil in it, and they still fucking canceled it.
Yeah. And Blue Devil gets his actual costume.
Really?
Yeah, well, at first it's like it's a haha because he's an actor playing the Blue Devil in like old movies, so he's got like the classic Blue Devil costume with a mask and everything, but that soon becomes his actual like skin and everything.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll definitely have to check it out just to be like, man, imagine what we could have had. I think the problem with Swamp Thing is we'll never be able to watch it in a vacuum because they canceled it after episode 1.
Yeah, that's a shame. I think what sullied it a lot for me, because I'm like, well, why do I even care about this now? It's cancelled.
There's no point getting invested in it, which is why I stopped watching after episode 1. I'm like, well, I'm not going to get invested and watch this week to week when I know nothing will come of it now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a little jealous people apparently got to see that Harley animated show first. I didn't read any of the reviews, but apparently people who went to Comic-Con got to see episode 1.
Oh, really? When does that start?
It's fairly soon if they're already showing episode 1 to people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, I imagine Swamp Thing is finishing up next week, and then how many episodes are left of Young Justice?
Only a couple, because they're doing this weird thing where they did 3 a week. Now they're only doing 1 a week until they get to the finale, and then they'll play the last 3 episodes.
Oh, okay then. So yeah, that'll be finishing up kind of soon, and Titan starts back. I think Titan starts back, or like what's happening with Stargirl?
Yeah. What is happening with Stargirl?
Because nothing was shown at Comic-Con, I don't think. I never heard about anything being shown for that show.
For all we know, they did, and we just didn't get to see anything from it.
Yeah, well, no one cares enough to like tell us.
That's a shame. Stargirl's actually getting more of a push in Young Justice right now, which I think is funny. Her as like a celebrity reporter. It's like, hey, I'm your Stargirl, Courtney Whitmore. I'm like, hey, she did the thing.
That's pretty cool.
That is fun. I'm like, oh, she does a show talking about celebrities. She's a Stargirl to the stars. That's funny. But yeah, I guess with that, we've faffed about enough. We can hop into what we read this week, and it was a big, meaty week.
It was. There was lots of, as you said before, lots of new number ones.
Yes. Where would you like to start, Matt?
Let's start with the X-Men.
Yes, a brand new Hickman-flavored era for the X-Men comes out. I think all guns blazing, honestly.
Oh yeah, it comes out firing on all cylinders, and as you said, it's Hickman-flavored. It is Hickman-flavored to the core. Like
it is dense.
This I was getting like flashbacks to his like Avengers run, which was like this grand sprawling epic when he started that run just before the all new all different era, and that's exactly what I got when I read this.
My other co-host Sal from Comic Pop said something kind of interesting about Hickman that I never really considered before, and he says that Hickman routinely in his work will explain with graphs and drawings things he can't explain with words. But that's okay because you actually feel smart for reading his graphs.
Yeah, half this book was actually like, all these graphs like explaining this is an Omega level, and I'm glad he did that because like as he said on Twitter that like got a lot of attention, that he said that the X-Men continuity is just a fucking mess of like all different concepts and times and everything. So doing this kind of streamlines that and says this is what it really is. Follow this chart.
It ends up being one of the most new reader-friendly superhero books in a long time because it has these little appendices and these little act breaks to be like, hey, this is what Krakoa is for those who don't know. These are all the Omega-level mutants for those who don't know. Yeah,
I really like them. I knew most of the information in it, but having those there in these like really cool stylized graphs was actually really, really quite cool. There's a great like page breaks.
Made me think, like, why don't more comics do this, actually try and educate people? And then I'm like, no, wait, don't do that, or people won't watch my channel anymore. Stop educating people, John Hickman. They need to come to me and ask me those questions.
You could just do a video on those graphs. People would still watch that.
Oh, Christ, that.
Because fuck reading. People. That's what people want. Clickbaity videos.
I think that's why my buddy Rob loves Hickman so much. I think that's most of his channel, actually. Which, no disrespect, he's doing really fucking well. Doing videos like that bought him a fucking house. But yeah, so this is some cool shit. The X-Men, who I didn't even know this because I didn't read the end of the Rosenberg era. Apparently Rosenberg killed like 18 different X-Men at the end of his story, and a bunch of them are reborn here in pods.
Yeah, was that in the was that his like Nathaniel Summers Jesus
I'm assuming, yeah.
thing. Yeah, I read like half of that and then just like had to stop because there was like too much going on.
And when you knew Hickman was coming anyway, it's like, oh, so they're throwing this all out for Hickman, so I don't need to keep reading.
Yeah, to his detriment though, Rosenberg did continue the story and actually give an ending that I think a lot of people I've read that liked it for the most part, but knew that the Hickman era was going to basically reboot it.
And it's what it did, but it did like the softest reboot ever. It's like, hey, anyone who died came back as like a weird Krakoa pod person.
Yeah.
And we also get to say, to me, my X-Men, which is always good.
That's good.
Even the idea, too, of like, oh, the X-Men start their own nation. It's like, well, it's kind of been done before, hasn't it? It's like, yeah, okay, but they've never done it like this before, where to start a nation, they're not just doing it with the olive branch. They're actually, bribing the governments of the world with cutting-edge medications.
They're doing that, and also, like, using people like Magneto to, like, thin veily, like, threaten them. They're saying it's like no, we're like your gods now. Like we're in the grace, in our good graces, we're just giving you the earth, and we'll just take this small part.
Yeah, and I'm doing this in Jerusalem too. If if the metaphor here wasn't too obvious for you, to which then one of the politicians like, hey, Holocaust survivor Magneto, you know who you're sounding like now, right? To which Magneto's like, shut the fuck up. Don't you say the H word around me. But yeah, that's really cool. We get to see what I guess is technically our villains for this series, a group called Orchis, which is made up of a bunch of different cast-off, of a bunch of different agents from a bunch of the different supergroups. Hydra, AIM, S.H.I.E.L.D., Strike, who they haven't mentioned in like 20 years.
Yeah, they're like getting together. They've gone and taken the Forge, which is like this big... I want to call it a super weapon that is like the last contingency. It's not a Hickman thing. And they're using it to, I guess, build like a giant like Megazord Sentinel or something.
Or live in it at least.
Yeah, something like, they're using that as their base, and then there's a big Sentinel head in the middle.
You know this is a comic book fantasy when a bunch of supremacists are like, fine then, we're just gonna leave and go to space and leave all you mutants alone who we disagree with. And I'm like, man, I wish all the supremacists would just fucking go to space in the real world.
We're gonna live in the sun.
Yeah, we're gonna go live by the sun at Saul's, what was it, Saul's Anvil or whatever?
Yeah, the Forge.
Right, which apparently that was a Hickman creation from his Avengers run, which I didn't even read that far into his Avengers. I'm like, oh, that's cool, he brought that back.
It's like some like last contingent against like if something was like gonna blow up the Earth, they'd like activate it.
Nice. And they're gonna be a problem. And also too, I remember asking the new X-Men book where it's just basically the Summers family and Wolverine. I'm like, what are they doing in space? What do the X-Men have to do in space? Oh, their enemies are in space now, okay.
Yeah. Completely answers that, which is going to be really cool. I can't wait to see X-Men in space. It's been done like here and there, but like this is probably going to be really cool.
People forget how cosmic that book was for huge stretches.
Yeah.
Also, too, it's very Gundam, too. It's very like, damn moon people up on the moon. You think you're better than us. Damn supremacists in your Saul's Anvil because you don't want to live on mutant Earth. Please tell me living so close to the sun also gives you, like, powers to predict shit before it happens.
That gives you a nice tan.
Yeah. They got robots, too. They got, like, friggin' alien-style robots. I like that, too.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Which is hilarious to me. Like, we hate them muties. We're going to space. Advanced robots are fine, though. What if the advanced robots realize that they're also superior than you? Have you figured that out? Shut up. I'm just saying, don't be shocked when the robot wants to kill you all and destroy all humans, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
And then you come crawling to the mutants, bro. Can you stop? Can you help us with the killer robots that we created? Will you stop calling me mutie if I do? Sure.
Yeah, just for this run. Then we'll go back to it.
But yeah, it really is cool to see this idea of a mutant nation the way we've never seen it before. Like, they're not even in the school anymore. They've moved all the children to the mutant nation.
Yeah, the school and like a bunch of different other places that are kind of relevant to X-Men or X-Men adjacent characters have become gateways that they pass through to get to, I guess this other dimension island place.
Yeah, they say it's just slightly out of sync with the rest of reality.
Yeah, yeah. So they end up going there, and it's like their wall. Only mutants are allowed through. No humans can go through unless they're guided by a mutant.
I do love that. Some dumbass human is going to try going through that gate and it's going to fuck them up at some point.
Yeah, they're gonna come out the other side as like some weird warped inside out thing.
It's going to be the Fly. It's going to turn them inside out. It's going to do something horrifying. I love it, too. They're literally in Xavier's garden in the shade.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They have their own language now.
Yes, which is very clever. And the book is covered in mutant language. Mutanese, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah, which Magneto says, like, if we truly want to be defined as a culture, you need your own language. And that's exactly what Xavier's doing now. He's got his own language or a culture now.
Exactly. Which makes a lot of sense, too, for all these other X-Men books where it's like, well, what is this going to be about? Oh, the Marauders is a trade organization. Naturally, they're going to need a fleet of ships if they're their own country with their own economy. And X-Force is probably going to be their military dealing with threats now that they're going to have border disputes. New X-Men is going to be them dealing with space because, their enemies are in space right now. Don't know what Fallen Angels is going to be about. I think Fallen Angels is actually going to be about the characters who we don't see in the Mutant Society who have said, nah, this shit's weird and culty, I'm going elsewhere.
It could be that, or it could be maybe the other way and they all be extremists for this view. Kind of like, I guess maybe like what the Mystique and everything was in this book, where they're like still part of Krakoa, but they're like stealing stuff from like Damage Control and...
Man, Damage Control had a big week this week. They were mentioned twice, which is twice more than they've been mentioned in a very long time. The Mystique thing was interesting because they kind of seek to imply, like, oh, were they acting on their own? Or are they, like, secretly being spies for the mutants in Krakoa, but, like, Cyclops can't avow them and be like, oh, yeah, they were criminals we caught. Now let me take them back. Are they being, like, a Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that's what I think they are. They're like a subset of, like, say, like X-Force, like the Spec Ops team or something that goes in and steals, like, information they need. Like, who were they stealing information on? Was it, like, Tony Stark and Reed Richards or something?
Yes, who apparently keep all their shit in Damage Control now. Well, all the shit that was taken from them, what with Reed Richards disappearing and Tony Stark being dead for a little bit, or in a coma.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued to see what they plan on using that information for, because I imagine it might be used as like maybe some type of leverage or something.
You know why it's Damage Control too, as I stop and think about it, because S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't exist anymore. That's why it had to be Damage Control.
Yeah.
Had S.H.I.E.L.D. still been a thing, they would have been robbing a S.H.I.E.L.D. installation.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it probably was a S.H.I.E.L.D. installation and just Damage Control is just taking it over, just rename the door.
They literally just came with their posters and just hot glued over. It's like, all right, it's Damage Control now. We're the blue-collar S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, really, really cool premise. And, it's, obviously not all is right in Krakoa. There's obviously a very sinister undercurrent we're supposed to see.
I remember I immediately theorized this when I started reading this. And then after I read it and went on like Facebook and Twitter, I saw other people talking about this. And that is, there's like theories going around that Xavier isn't Xavier. Xavier is actually the Maker.
Yeah, because their helmet and shit look so alike, and obviously he's walking and he's younger. I think that's almost a little too obvious to me. I think there's just something really fucked up about Xavier's face, or like it's not Xavier, it's Legion.
Yeah, or somehow that maybe they're tying into that stuff that happened with like Shadow King and stuff, and maybe like Shadow King is taking over his body or something. Or... Right,
because Xavier was just his mind, and then he took over Phantom X's body, and I guess he's still technically running around in Phantom X, which, hey, thank you, Hickman, for honoring that fact and being like, yeah, he's in a different body now. But yeah, you don't give a character a mask if there's not going to be a point of a big unmasking and there's something you wouldn't expect under there.
Yeah.
Or maybe Krakoa is controlling Xavier now.
Oh, maybe he has a helmet on because he has hair now.
Oh, and
he doesn't want people to know.
He doesn't want people to. It's like, no, as soon as people know I have hair, they'll try and use it against me. They'll shave my head when I'm sleeping, and I don't want that. It's just like big, long, luscious Fabio locks.
Yeah, he keeps it up in the helmet in like a beehive weave.
It's really fitting, too, that Krakoa is the thing that helps Xavier do all this when we consider that the all-new X-Men, the team people like of X-Men, the one that, you know, kicked off the Claremont run and everything in the lineup everyone knows, that was their first adventure to go to Krakoa Island, and now Krakoa is offering them a home and a fresh start all over again.
Yeah, it's a great back-to-basics book, and as we said earlier, it's like heaps like reader-friendly. Like I didn't know whether it was going to be reader friendly, like what it was going to be, but yeah, with those graphs as well as how Hickman sets out the story, like a new reader could just pick this up.
It's maybe the most new friendly reader thing I've read in I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
Like, it's shocking how easy it is to pick up, and I hope it becomes a big success because of that.
I do as well. I think it will be a huge success.
And, you know, we got this book. And then we got Power of X, which Power of X looks really fucking weird, because that's the one where we've got, like, the hybrid characters.
Yeah, they're going to be running concurrent. I don't know how, like, how much of a crossover there will be between both books, because they alternate between weeks. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that story evolve and whether it, like, carries on the story from House of X.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it has to, because as we saw in the little graph, it all comes back to a little graph. You know, this is the House of X because there's several houses all over the place. That's the name we give to all the Krakoa hubs and everything. Mm-hmm. So I guess, does Power of X take place in another hub somewhere? Or, you know, is it the power behind Krakoa? I guess we'll have to read and find out.
Yeah, I am very excited for that.
Yeah, what is up with those fusion characters? Because there's some characters we just didn't see. Because we didn't see Nightcrawler, and we didn't see a bunch of other prominent characters. I'm like, did they get fused in the pod into something weird and crazy?
That's the thing. This is probably going to be like the Sinister thing, where like Xavier or whoever it is has like melded these mutants together or something to create like an army or something.
Because you got like in the Power of X, what we've seen so far, we got like Colossus. Mm-hmm. Crossed with magic, because she's got like a sword and magic powers, and then you got like a Nightcrawler but who's all red in the face like his dad. It's really crazy.
Yeah, it's very intriguing.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could read it now.
well, people listening to this can actually read it now because of when this comes out.
Right, because this comes out Wednesday. You might have already read it. Future Joel probably read it, but past Joel hasn't read it yet. Man, I'm annoyed too, because apparently, like, if you're really deep in the comic book press, some people actually got to read like issue 2 and shit already.
Ah, really?
Yeah, some people already got to read issue 2, and apparently it just continues being mind-blowing stuff.
Awesome.
I wish I was a big-time comic book guy so I could read issue 2 and then not have to tell
again, like last week, it's because we live in, like, countries that are not America.
There you go. They don't. They're very xenophobic, this industry. Get out of here with your snow dollars and your dollary doos and your poutines and your Tim Tams. Get the fuck out of here. We eat ranch here, not Vegemite.
Yeah, we're in ranch by the bucket load.
I'm trying to think what is the Canadian answer to Vegemite or ranch? What do we put on everything?
I don't know.
I don't know if we have a thing that is tantamount to that. What's something
just Tim Hortons? Just
Tim Hortons. There you go.
That goes on everything.
It's fucking Dunkin', bro, not Tim Hortons. Get the fuck out. That being said, I've been to an American Tim Hortons cafe and bake shop. They have to put that at the end or Americans won't know what the hell it is. And oh my god, the service I got there. Jesus Christ. I know
Good
people
or bad?
Bad. I know some people complain about Canadian service as being slow, which, I mean, I guess you're slow when you know you don't have to keep a crappy job just for the health benefits. But never have I been greeted at a counter for anywhere and had the words out of the mouth of someone, "What you want?" I'm like, some service would be nice. Never have I been met so aggressively, "What you want?" I'm like, coffee and maybe a bagel? They gave me a bagel, by the way. Was not cut and didn't have anything on it. They just gave me a bagel.
It wasn't even one they were serving. They just like found it on the floor. They just gave it to you.
They just found it and put it in there. And again, I went to a Dunkin' too, And again, never have I had like this guy wasn't bad, but it's just like, okay, so what do you got there? I don't know. Are you gonna look there? Is that like a cruller? Does that have a chocolate center? I don't know. I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't know. What about tea? Do you just have like steep tea? I don't know, maybe. And I'm like, do you work here? Is the real guy tied up in the back? Are you robbing the place?
Yeah, you walked in at a rob and he just like went with it.
Just went with it. I don't know, man. I'm like, well, then in that case, maybe I should get my shit and get out. Thank you, Tim Hortons at the Buffalo airport, and thank you at the Buffalo train station. That's the two places I've been to. But yeah, X-Men's good.
It is. It's very good.
And I'm very excited to see where we're going with X-Men now in the future. I don't know if it will commit what they want it to, and that is to make X-Men the big center of Marvel again, where it can sell 6 books. I guess we'll see.
I have a feeling it's got the Hickman name on it. That's a big draw for people. I know that.
Indeed.
And hopefully, the people who Hickman is a big draw for will actually influence other new readers to be brought in by it, hopefully.
There's never been a better time to start with X-Men. They're basically saying, read this, then pick whichever of the spin-off books you like.
Yep.
And there'll eventually be a big event where you'll have to read every one because it tells a story, because that's X-Men in a nutshell. They freaking started that shit that you gotta pick up every one to follow the event.
Yep.
They love that one. How long do you think until the big event? Because even with Hickman's Avengers, he had an event even before the big event that was Secret Wars. What was it like?
Infinity.
What was it called? Infinity. We had Infinity before all that. So how long until we get the Infinity of X-Men? Xfinity.
I would argue that this House of Powers of X are an event.
They kind of are, and there are 2 miniseries, but they might as well be events.
Yeah, but I think once that's done and we're 5 issues into the solo series that have in, we'll start getting hints at something.
Right.
Some big mutant war or something.
Yeah, the Orcus invasion, the Krakoa Civil War. I can,
Yeah.
Let's stop using the word civil war, though. Civil disagreement. The cracking of Krakatoa, I don't know. I keep wanting to call it Krakatoa, like the volcano, but it's not. It's Krakoa.
While I was reviewing it, I kept almost calling it that. I'm like, no, it's Krakoa, not Krakatoa.
Again, Krakoa is not a word. Krakatoa is a word. God damn it, that's gonna be hard. I mean, I know I'm gonna fuck that up again multiple times.
Oh, people will tell you if you do.
Oh, they will. That's like when I try and say the word amethyst, I keep putting an N in there when it's actually amethyst, the gemstone.
Yeah, amethyst.
Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld, not Amnesty. Amnesty International. I'm gonna have to create a new character called Amnesty just so I don't feel stupid. There you go, Mike. It's not that I'm fucking up. It's a brand new character. What else did we have, Matt, that you want to talk about?
We had a new good Batman book this week.
Yes, we did. Batman Curse of White Knight, the sequel to Batman White Knight, which was my favorite Batman story of 2017, and maybe one of my favorite Batman books in a long time.
It was so damn good, and this is no different. This one continues on the open plot points from the last book, as well as introducing some new ones.
Yeah, they're really having fun creating the alternate history of this alternate universe, which we had seen a little in the original White Knight, where the Wayne family built the foundation of their company on Nazi science because they managed to save Victor Fries, who is the son of a Nazi in this continuity.
Yeah, and this one continues it on where we find out the Waynes had a hand in killing a descendant of Arkham. Who is like Lafayette, a vampire, who is like a vampire in children's poems and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he looks just like the Joker. What's up with that?
Yeah, and it has a Joker laugh as well.
I'm sure we're gonna. In fact, they even called him Laffy Arkham. Get it, Lafayette.
Oh, we're gonna find out like Joker's like an Arkham love child or something.
Oh, and then naturally, your name wasn't really Napier. Yeah, you're a great long descendant of whatever, which, hey, isn't that funny? That means Arkham is literally your castle and literally your home that you spend all this time in anyway. it gets even crazier because Joker seeks to imply here, he says he found the Joker in the cells of Arkham, implying that he wasn't like that until they sent him to Arkham.
Yeah, what if there's like some crazy stuff? It's like, oh, the ghost of Laffy Arkham like possesses Jack Napier or something.
Oh shit! So it's not actually a split personality.
Yeah,
it's
like a demon or a ghost or something. Yeah,
that's very suited for an Elseworlds.
Yeah, that'd actually be pretty cool as well.
We also get to see Edmund Wayne, the first Wayne ever to come to Gotham City, and what's that? He fights with a whip made of bat leather, you don't say.
Yes, more Waynes with the bat fetish, as it were.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, but this issue is based around Joker finding a secret in a hidden passage behind his cell, which leads to the well where Lafayette Arkham died. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, Bruce has obviously at the end of White Knight told Gordon who he is.
And has plans to out himself to the whole city.
Yeah, the whole city, and Dick is not very happy about that, and for right reasons. Like he says, like, you do this, you'll like ruin the Wayne legacy, and
also
like,
too, if people know who you are, they're going to be able to figure out who the fuck I am too. You're Ward.
See, I love that. Like, Batman doesn't like he's got good reason for it, but as well as like he don't give a fuck because like Alfred's dead now. It's just like, well, what have I got to lose?
Yeah, which is really fucked up, but also a very interesting reading of his character, is it not?
Yeah, it is. It's really interesting.
And you feel like if Joker didn't break out again, he probably would have told people already, but it's like one last case and then I'll do it.
Yeah, and he's also wanting to tell people because he got like basically embarrassed by the Joker. Like the Joker rubbed his mistakes in his face, and Batman hates that happened, and to like combat that, he'll just get rid of the one thing the Joker has on him, which is his identity.
It's a very interesting reading, and it's the type of story you could really only do in an Elseworld.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It is incredibly fascinating, and then, too, you throw in the extra dimension. We get the introduction of this universe's version of John Paul Valley, who instead of being like a holy roller is more like a messed-up Vietnam vet.
I really like that change. I think that change makes him better.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a fun change, and also, too, he's got a weird relationship with his church, but they're playing it to be like, it could just be a normal church, or it could be the crazy church that you don't know yet.
Yeah, well, on top of that, like, on top of him, like, having, like, cancer and stuff and all that, he seems to also, like, have hallucinations and stuff, and we don't know whether that's, like, because of, like, or, like, the doctor said, like, he was exposed to, like, Agent Orange and all that shit. It could be just because of that, but it also could be, like, maybe some divine intervention sort of thing.
It would be an interesting take for Azrael to be like, no, man, there is no Church of Saint Dumas. You're just fucking crazy.
Well, that's the thing. They take Joker and, like, kind of put him in his origin as well, because Joker is the one who gives him the sword. Because, as we learned, the sword is apparently John Paul Valley's, like, birthright, because his last name Valley comes from Gotham Valley, apparently.
Gotham Valley, and also to the Crusader who we saw at the fight between Edmund and Lafayette, is wearing robes very similar to Azrael, which makes you think, oh, is this guy a Crusader from the Church of Saint Dumas? Because that's what they were. They were Crusader knights.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which begs the question, well, what did they want with the founding of Gotham then? And, where are they now?
Yeah, so all this really interesting stuff. I just love this idea that there's, like, this hidden history in this universe that, like Bruce obviously finds, like, the diary of his ancestor, and there's that sword that was hidden away in the foundations of Arkham. It's like all stuff like that's so cool.
It's very Scott Snyder, as people said, all architecture and, like, secret histories, which is like, hey, he didn't invent it, he just did it really well the last couple years.
Yeah, and now Sean Murphy's doing it really well.
He is, and he's writing, and he's drawing. I had a theory, because they also bring back the idea where it's like, look, in the first story here, they really pissed off, like, the power elite, the rich 1%ers of Gotham, who are reaping a ton of money from the Batman industrial complex. Like, every time he rolls in, fucks shit up, they make money off it.
Yep.
My theory is we're going to find out, like, the hoity-toity 1%ers are actually all part of the Church of Saint Dumas too, actually, and that's how they're going to bring it all together.
Some type of Illuminati or something.
That they're the secret Illuminati of Gotham who have been running things behind the scenes, and now this is why they wanted Azrael to go and fight Batman.
Yeah, that'll be the thing. Batman to run his course. They'll send Azrael to fight him and take his place, like in the Nightfall comic.
Yes.
And take his place to, again, start causing more chaos to build up more money and everything. Yeah, that'll actually be pretty cool.
Because Joker also seemingly goes to the home of a woman who looks pretty well off and everything, but also seems to recognize him as well. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, is she in the church too? And did he know that from his time as Napier to be like, oh, they're actually part of this weird religious sect too?
Yeah, that part was weird because it didn't get any explanation. But yeah, I imagine she's like someone powerful because Joker mentions that he has like a really good story for her, and this is after he collects the sword. So obviously he's going to talk to her about it.
Also, too, notice this Joker doesn't wear a suit. He dresses like Balky from Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, or like Mork from Mindy and Mork or something.
That's right. It's more Robin Williams. He dresses like Robin Williams, and I'm like, that's fun because he's a comedian, so naturally he dresses like that. He dressed like that, or he dressed like Richard Belzer with like black turtlenecks and shit.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if we'll ever see Jack Napier again, because like at the end of the first book, it seems to imply that he kind of died. Basically. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if he does come back.
I'm sure he'll come back, and we'll have to see Harley come back too, because the big takeaway from the end of the original White Knight was Harley was the true White Knight of that story.
Yeah. Like is she part of this whole order or something?
She's put everything into motion, which would make sense if she had a lot of resources where she's like, yeah, I took money from the Church of Saint Dumas to do it.
Yeah.
Or like I was secretly working for the Arkham family or something like that. There's a lot of places they could go.
Yeah, lots of really cool, like, big conspiracies unraveling here, and it's all really cool. All stuff like that should be in a Batman book.
Part of me is a little disappointed that Gordon Murphy said on Twitter where he's like, yeah, there's going to be less socio-political commentary this time. I'm like, oh, but that's what made me love the first one so much. I'm like, well, you know, if you want to do something different, it's good that a sequel should be different and not just retread the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know, what's that thing they say in 21 Jump Street? You know, just do the same but different. I'm glad you're not just doing the same but different. I'm glad you're building on what you had.
Yeah.
But yeah, Curse of White Knight, good shit.
It is. It's really good.
And also, too, I'm remembering that, you know, I didn't even really fall in love with original White Knight until issue 2 anyway. So maybe issue 2 is the one that's really going to knock our socks off.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. But, good shit overall.
Yeah, what else did we have?
The other new number 1 we had was, of course, Jane Foster Valkyrie, issue number 1.
Yeah, this is continuation of what we saw in that Omega issue of War of the Realms, with her gaining the War Thor, which wasn't really a hammer. It was like a different type of weapon that changed into a bracer that allowed her to become a Valkyrie.
They call it the All Weapon now. They give it a Norse name, too, but I can't fucking pronounce that shit. Hurgen to Virgin, also known as the All Weapon.
That's exactly it, yes.
Passed down by the great Swedish chef. The greatest of all Norse heroes. It is cool where it's like, okay, we just can't do Jane Foster as Thor again, but also people were really bored by Valkyrie for all the time that she existed, so how do we make it different? And giving her this cool signature weapon that changes into whatever she needs it to be is pretty slick.
Yeah, and for the most part, it changes into like a mace sort of thing that can also shoot like bolos, and it's really cool. She ends up fighting what's his name, Red Streak? Blue Streak and his gang, all who
the Fast Five.
Yeah, the Fast Five, all Gold Rush, Silver Streak, all these people who are stealing weapon shipments left over from the War of the Realms, and one of the weapons they steal is Dragon Fang,
which is Broomhilda's famous sword that can increase the wielder's physical prowess tenfold.
Yeah, it also ups their weapon stats, like plus 10 on weapon proficiency.
It's an orange weapon, man. You know, it's a very rare drop. You got to run several raids in War of Realms if you want to get the Dragon Fang, and you just know they're gonna nerf it in the next update too. So like, really get it while you can.
Yeah, and that ends up being stolen by someone. We don't know who yet, because they end up killing who stole it? Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Who made off with it. They end up killing him and taking it, and it seeks to imply that the employer hired the Gold Rush and those people to steal it, but then also hired this other person as well.
Right, for another job, to kill a god, basically, because Dragon Fang is a god killer sword.
Yeah, and we learn that Jane she's not really balancing her life properly with
although I do love that they're forcing her to have a day job, though, because she didn't have that when she was Thor. She worked on the Council of Realms, but didn't have to worry about, like, making rent and keeping a day job.
That's what I'm really looking forward.
Excuse anymore.
That's what I'm really looking forward to about this book. They have to find that balance where sometimes there's going to be issues where she's just like working in the hospital. Well, at this point, she's actually in the morgue now because
she's been demoted.
Yeah, her head doctor is sick of her shit.
Yeah, which, honestly, fair enough.
Yeah, you can't keep making up excuses.
Even Jane admits where it's like, yeah, I kind of been fucking up. All right, you don't trust me with alive people anymore. I guess I'll work with the dead now.
Yes.
Which, hey, that's good irony, too, because she is a Valkyrie who takes care of the souls of the dead and takes them to the other side. Now she's literally working with the dead in her day job.
Yeah, and that allows her to find out that Gold Rush was killed with the weapon, and that's how she finds out it was Dragon Fang. And she ends up going to see Brunhilde, who is in the Asgardian Hall of the Dead. Since she's dead, she's like, boozing it up with everyone up in there.
And fight and having a great time.
Yeah, and then tells her the sword's missing, and Brunhilde's like, it's okay, you'll find it eventually.
Yeah, I also like, too, where it's like, look, before you were a god and you had this great power trip, being Valkyrie is not like that. It's a job.
It's 9 to 5. It's hard.
It is a 9 to 5 job. It's almost as much power, but way more responsibility. And I'm like, cool, good job differentiating how this is just different than her being Thor. I like they do that. And also, too, hey, they mentioned Annabelle Riggs. Now, I mentioned this character before, Matt. Do you know why she's important?
Yeah, well, she used to be part of Valkyrie. She was on the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, they shared the same body, even all the way back in Fearless Defenders when that first happened. But yes, they share a body. And now it's like, okay, so Broomhilda's dead, but Annabelle Riggs is still alive? All right.
Yeah, they did some of that through War of the Realms as well. Through, I think, the Asgardians of the Galaxy tie-ins, where, like, she died and they'd been separated and they had to go to Valhalla to get Annabelle.
Interesting. Here's my thing. Now that Jane is the only Valkyrie, does that mean she'll be the only Valkyrie forever, or can Jane start deputizing other Valkyries?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, because she's kind of like head Valkyrie at the moment, so does she have that power to bestow it onto other people?
We've already seen how the ceremony works in that thing. It's basically like, hey, say the words, say the name, and you will be worthy of Valkyrie should you want this. Because I think there's a lot of, like, forgotten female characters who I would really love to see get upgraded to full-time Valkyries.
Yeah, there's so many characters you could do that with, and you can make like another Valkyrie Corps, like a Valkyrie army sort of thing.
That would be sweet. I think that's a very interesting place for them to take that book, Jane deputizing other people to become Valkyries.
Yeah, well, as well, in this issue, she does deputize someone, and that someone is Heimdall, to help her find the sword.
Yes, again, because he's good at finding things.
Yes, and this is where we also find out that Jane also has kind of similar powers to Heimdall, in that she can see people's fates, people's deaths, and they're like these little glowing orbs, and the bigger the orb is, the closer the person is to death, and that's why Heimdall has one the size of a fucking moon behind him.
Because Bullseye is coming to kill him riding a fucking horse.
Yeah, Bullseye is the one who ended up stealing Dragon Fang, and who better else to have a weapon that, like, buffs your stats?
Again, as they said, it, ups your fighting prowess tenfold. And it's like, well, Bullseye's already been established to be one of the most deadly mortals in the entire universe. So yeah, give him a magic sword and his own goddamn Pegasus. And like, all right, this is a problem, Jane. You need to deal with this. This is a serious problem.
Not only that allows him to be pitted against, like, Valkyrie. Like, because if you just took Bullseye as he is and pit him against Valkyrie will win. She's faster, stronger. She'll be, what's he going to do? Throw a playing card at her? But yeah, no, you give him a magical weapon that, like, makes him tantamount to a god. You got a problem.
It's very cool. I would not have set her up against Bullseye on her first mission, but I like that a ton because you get to learn about Valkyrie artifacts and you get to set her up against a cool villain.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's going to be a trend with this. That she gets to fight like villains like who have become magically empowered as well.
That would be a nice touch because, it's like, all right, and then, maybe start building some villains of your own. But yes, I really like that idea. Hey, who's Dario Agger fighting anymore? I think that Dario Agger went to jail, didn't he, at the end of War of Realms? I feel like they glossed over his story pretty quickly.
Yeah, he got like arrested by like Ross Solomon and the agents of Wakanda, and maybe he's in like a Wakandan gulag or something.
Because really, when you break it down, Dario was more her enemy than Thor's enemy.
Yep.
So I'd like to see them kind of have it out again, because I feel like, he was more a villain of her era in Thor.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure if Jason Aaron keeps co-writing, that'll happen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I don't know how long he's going to be co-writing for. I think this first arc for sure, and then he says it's going to be his final word. Then, assumedly, Al Ewing will take over, and hey, that's fine too. He's killing it on the Hulk at the moment.
Yeah, I always had a feeling Jason Aaron would stay on for like the first arc, get everything set up, and then just go say goodbye to that character, and then go say goodbye to like King Thor.
Yeah. Which, hey, if Al Ewing continues to write, does that mean we can get an Immortal Hulk Valkyrie crossover? Because that'd be pretty great.
That would be awesome.
Be like, hey, you are a truly terrifying monster, and also, you can't die, and I ferry souls to the afterlife. What if you needed to get to the afterlife really bad? What if I bring you?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think there's some connective tissue there. Again, I'm not as good a writer as Al Ewing, but don't be shocked if he finds that connective tissue at some point.
Writers often do that if they're writing multiple books, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, even with characters you wouldn't expect, you get little crossovers because the person just happened to be writing both.
Yeah.
But yeah, Valkyrie, recommended. Good shit. I didn't read that Loki book, but I wanted to check it out. It looked cool.
It was pretty cool. It was basically Loki saying, nah, I don't want this god shit. I'm going to go gamble in New York. And Thor having to like remind him that, no, you've got a duty now, just like I do. You need to do this. And Nightmare attacked the realm. So, yeah.
Nightmare getting a big old push recently, isn't he?
Well, he's in that new Doctor Strange film, so.
Certainly helps. Cool design for a villain.
Yeah.
Man, did you think there'd ever be a time when it's like, look, this Thor book is so good, it's going to spin off all these other Thor books and a Punisher miniseries where he goes and fights Thor shit?
Yeah. I didn't think it would do that, but I'm so glad it is. I'm all for more like Thor-related stuff.
Between this and Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, is this the best time to be a Thor fan in history?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I can't think of another time where he was like this popular.
Like, we loved the Straczynski era, but really only, kind of like half. And then, the Simonson era, which people love, but I don't even think it was this big during the Simonson era that it, spun off all these other books.
No, it wasn't. Definitely not.
But yeah, man, what a good time if you're a Thor fan. Ooh, another thing, too, about Valkyrie before I forget. The whole thing, too, about her having a secret identity. I wish I mentioned this in my review. It reminds me a ton of the Donald Blake setup, which we don't get anymore because Thor is Thor 24/7 now. People forget, in the beginning, he also juggled a secret identity and a human life.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if, Donald Blake does make it, a comeback, like Thor's like, oh, I'm king now. If I go to Earth, it's going to cause, problems. I'll go as Donald Blake. People won't know who that is.
That would be really clever for him to resurrect that character for that reason. Where it's like, look, anywhere I go, I could start an international incident if I come as King Thor, All-Father of Asgard. But Dr. Donald Blake can just do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, or he uses, Donald Blake as, a way to become a different hero to be able to go and do stuff, because as you said, as a king, if he goes and actually fights some villain or something, that could cause an international incident. But if he does it as Donald Blake as a different type of hero, you might not be able to do that.
Did they ever I'm sure they have, because Thor's been retconned and restarted so many times. Whatever became of the Donald Blake part of himself? Because before it was Donald Blake, regular guy, picks up the hammer, becomes Thor, but wait, Thor is also a guy who just kind of occupies his body because his dad is punishing him. Then they had a couple Ragnaroks, and then they explained, well, actually, no, you were always Thor. Your dad Odin just tricked you into thinking you were Donald Blake to punish you for being an asshole.
I don't know what actually happened with him.
Again, there's been so many retcons and Ragnaroks and Asgardian pantheon dies but is reborn again. I want to say, didn't they write him a happy ending at some point? Because it's like Donald Blake had like friends and family and shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at his wiki now. Apparently, like, he got his head cut off, like Donald Blake did, and like the head was taken to Asgardia or something, and like was like put in like a dream state to live like his best life or something.
Right, I remember
weird shit.
Right, which Thor really is. But yes, I remember they gave him like some sort of dream dimension send off where it's like, look, he's here if we need him, but also we're not going to talk about him anymore because we want to run with Thor as his own entity.
Yes, bring him back. I just want him back just because he has the umbrella that turns into the hammer.
The hammer. And also just because, too, like, Jason Aaron brought back every other weird part of Thor's history. Yeah. Fucking bring back Donald Blake.
Yeah, I am actually surprised he didn't bring it back in some way, like in like something like Unworthy Thor or something, like Thor remembering how he was Donald Blake and stuff like that.
There's two things that Jason Aaron never brought back. He never brought back Donald Blake, and he never brought back Thunderstrike.
No, he didn't. Yeah, we have like the son of Thunderstrike in as Guardians of the Galaxy.
I can't blame you for not bringing back Eric Masterson, because Eric Masterson fucking sucked. And is super 90s and dated, so I understand you not wanting to bring him back for any reason. Actually, no, that's not true. The Thor core in Secret Empire, or no, not Secret Empire, Secret Wars, when it was all the different Thors all on a big team in Doom World, I'm pretty sure Eric Masterson was there. I mean, Christ, the Ultimate Thor got referenced and mentioned before Eric Masterson ever got mentioned.
Yeah, no one likes Eric Masterson.
No one likes him, and no one likes Fate.
Oh, Fate.
But we'll get to Fate later. But, Valkyrie, Jane Foster, off to a really good start, although I'm sure you'll notice what I noticed, Matt, and I mentioned this on Twitter. Boy, a lot of people are super opinionated now about the line of succession for Valkyrie and her rich comic history who weren't before.
Yeah, how dare a woman become Valkyrie? I mean...
I know, right?
It's shocking.
Keep the character,
keep the character consistent. Goddamn.
Yeah, keep your politics off my book about a warrior woman by putting a woman into it. Also, too, I bet you $100 bison at some point. The same people who are all pissed about this now also said during the Mighty Thor era, it's like, well, you know what? Why can't Jane be an original character or the new Valkyrie? Well,
yeah, now she is just like, that's not what I wanted. It happened now, not back then. It doesn't count.
It didn't happen when I was mad. It happened now, which makes me mad because I live in a constant state of mad. Also, too, I one thing that I thought I would see that I did not see is more people being like, oh, I wish they ran with the Tessa Thompson Valkyrie a little bit more. They tried to in Exiles, but not near enough people were buying that book. And also, that character still exists, just in another universe.
Yeah, that character isn't this main universe's Valkyrie.
Which, hey, you could still do that, though. Al Ewing's a guy who loves continuity, so maybe Jane should meet that Valkyrie. And hey, Tessa Thompson Valkyrie, would you like to join my new Valkyrie Corps? Would you like to hang out? I think it would be cool if we hang out. Hey, Elsa Bloodstone, you can't hold a book even though you're fucking super awesome. How would you like Valkyrie powers? You can keep the shotgun.
Yeah, it'd just be like magical, no shotgun.
Heck, just bring back the Fearless Defenders. Just bring back all the... Hey, Misty Knight, you're not doing anything right now. Want to be a Valkyrie?
Didn't they bring that back recently? Isn't there a book out called Fearless at the moment?
Yeah, but it's not the Fearless Defenders, though.
Oh, really? I didn't pick it up because I didn't hear anything about it.
No, neither did I. It surprised me, too, when I saw it on the shelf. I'm like, oh, that looks like something I would probably pick up, but I've got too much.
Yeah.
I got first world comic book YouTuber problems. There's too many books. Won't someone just read some of these books and summarize them to me and I'll record them? No, that'd be cheating. I wouldn't want to do that. I've gotten too lazy if I start doing that.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll read books I even don't like. Just to keep it going. But, that was all the new number ones this week. And yeah, they were all pretty solid, I gotta say. Not a bad one in the bunch.
Yeah, they were all really damn good.
Mm-hmm. What else did you want to talk about, Matt?
Well, you mentioned bad books. We didn't get to talk about it last week. Let's talk about Batman 75.
Oh yeah, the first part of City
I
of
like how
Bane.
you've completely forgotten it by now.
Just wiped it from my mind. And here's the thing: I didn't even hate this one. This one was like almost so bad it was good because it's so fucking insane.
What is even happening? I tell ya.
Riddler and Joker are cops. They're detectives in a city that is now fully run by villains, which the people are totally okay with, and they're just totally fine.
People are just going to work, doing their thing. You know, every now and then they'll get accosted by like Professor Pig, but everyone seems totally cool with it.
Well, Matt, you see, as we've learned from this year in human history, people can get used to anything horrible. They're just like, look, just watching my Twitter. Oh yeah, there goes Two-Face dressed as a cop shooting people again. Oh well.
Yeah. All the other heroes of the DC universe are apparently being held at the border of Gotham by Gotham Girl alone.
Yes. Well, and also Bane will kill Alfred if they come in.
What a shame. But Alfred says that he came into town to meet Thomas, so that implies that he was out of town when this happened and came in to meet them.
Also, too, we've jumped ahead an unknown amount of time, only referred to as later, from the end of Batman's fight with his dad in the desert to now where his dad and Gotham Girl are Batman and Robin of this city.
Yeah, so it could be anywhere from a month to a year to 10 years.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
It's later, Matt.
Yeah, you don't need to know, except when you do.
Also, I'm an Eisner Award winner, Matt. I won an Eisner for this and like several other books we lumped together, but hey, shut up. City of Bane.
It's so bad. It's just so bad. Like
At least
so
it's
confusing.
insane bad. It's not like boring bad. At least it's just like, all right, what the fuck is he gonna do next?
Yeah, but like none of it like makes sense. Like, yeah, you can do a story where Bane takes over the city and everything, but you've got to like show that none of that has been showed. Like he just takes it over. He just takes it over.
I think the idea is, this is what I gleaned.
No other heroes or villains or anything stopped him.
Bane took over Arkham Asylum. Yeah, somehow, some way that we've never seen.
I was kind of okay with that. Like, okay, I get it. That happens. Every villain has taken over Arkham Asylum.
Again, there's just sub-basements where you can just take over and have private parties, even though Bane doesn't regularly go to Arkham Asylum, but he took it over. And from there, he used the Psycho Pirate to use his powers to manipulate people's emotions, to manipulate the villains who were prisoners there into working for him and against themselves, but we never see that happen, so he was doing that in the background for what had to have been months to years to properly get everyone under control. And also, they're still running around and doing shit, but they don't know that Bane is secretly controlling them, but he's secretly controlling them.
This comes off the bat of Bane doing everything, including crashing that plane that Batman saved with Gotham and Gotham Girl to get them to meet in order to have Gotham die, Gotham Girl go insane, and then die again, but then come back to life but with no powers. But now she has powers, and those powers don't somehow kill her now.
Even though that's what we've set up. Also, this doesn't answer the biggest hanging question. Okay, so Bane is behind it all. And he's only behind it all because the Psycho Pirate, is controlling people's minds for him. Why is the Psycho Pirate doing this? And how is Bane able to control the Psycho Pirate? What's stopping the Psycho Pirate from using these powers on Bane?
Yeah, nothing. Nothing at all.
Geez, it's like you didn't think this story through or something.
No, none of it was thought through. This is like 75 issues. None of this was actually thought out by the looks of it.
I couldn't believe people who are like, oh, look, it all comes... People on Twitter who are like, oh, look, it all comes together, it all connects. No, it fucking doesn't.
No, are you fucking high or something?
You could pick up from Volume 2, where the Psycho Pirate is first introduced and Bane is first introduced in the whole, I am suicide thing. You could jump right from there to issue 50, and literally nothing would have changed.
No, nothing would have changed at all. Nothing.
You would have felt exactly the same. But that doesn't matter, Matt, because Batman and Catwoman are back together again. The greatest romance of our time.
Again, that doesn't make any sense. So Bruce went... He's somehow in the snow now.
He's in the Himalayas looking for a ninja master.
And then these people, like, who are working for Catwoman knew he was going to be there. Or Catwoman knew he was going there. And they beat him up.
Well, I thought they were working for Magpie, not Catwoman.
Oh, they were. I see. I don't even fucking know. Like
they mentioned Magpie once.
Yeah,
which
but
is
then
hilarious.
then Catwoman shows up after they talk about how they're gonna sell something to Bane, and then Catwoman shows up to like help him. It doesn't. It's so fucking weird.
How did she know he was there?
Yeah, exactly. Why is she helping him? She didn't really seem to give a shit about him until now.
Love, Matt. Love led her home.
The greatest love story ever. That's what I've seen people read. I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking?
The truly hilarious thing is we watched that Hush movie and we didn't think it was great, but I actually thought the Batman Catwoman romance was way better handled in that Hush movie than it has been in 75 issues.
It was more fleshed out.
Which is hard to fucking believe.
They say more than 2 words to each other.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, like when they talk, you know? Yeah, goddamn, this issue.
It also gets really fucking weird because in solicitations for like issue 83 or whatever, we see Bane wrecking up the city, but we also see Thomas Wayne puppeteering Bane.
God, are we gonna get like the twist that everyone will say is amazing, and that is like Thomas Wayne has been manipulating him this whole time? Like, if that happens, I will feel myself flushing a comic down the toilet. I tell you, god damn it, if that happens.
Like one of those guys. Also, too, Thomas Wayne, how the fuck did you get here? Why is no one asking how you're here?
Why is no one asking who this Batman is? Because it's clearly not Bruce.
That too! Why is no one asking that? Furthermore, hey, the ventriloquist has seen your face and knows that you're Thomas Wayne. Should that not also mean he should know that Batman is Bruce Wayne now?
Also, the ventriloquist is like being hypnotized or something, because he looks at like those Batcave screens and they like turn into like the hypnotism circle. It's like, is that meant to mean something?
Also, the ventriloquist apparently has new powers of suggestion now, according to Tom King, so he's Purple Man, even though he wasn't before.
God damn it. God damn it.
This story, man.
This is part 1 as well, and this goes until issue 85, so this is like 10 parts. This is his final story.
Eisner Award-winning series.
God damn. And apparently there's, I think, coming this week, there's a tie-in, some Secret Files tie-in. I don't know who's writing it. It might be Tom King. If it's someone else, it will probably be pretty good, because it will try to explain stuff that Tom King will just like completely ignore.
You know, I don't want to make this the pile-on Tom King cast, but did you see in San Diego Comic-Con someone asked him about the reception of Heroes in Crisis? It's like, yeah, people really hated it. It was the most hated story of the year. But I loved it, though. We did exactly what we wanted to do.
Yeah, like, oh my god. Oh my god. Right, you're not going to take, criticism. You just got to say, no, it was good. I liked it. Of course you liked it. You wrote it. You're not an unbiased audience.
No. It's the most pivot and deflect thing I've ever gotten for criticism. People hated it. It was the most hated story of the year, but I loved it. I got to do exactly what I wanted to. Well, good for you, Tom. I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, I'm glad the one audience you seem to like is happy.
It's nice to know that you probably go into that with everything. But will this story make me happy, though?
Yeah.
Again, I know.
It's good that
for artists.
It's good he's writing books for himself, yeah.
For an audience of one.
Yeah. And
yes, I know artists on some note, you do have to do it for yourself, but also too, you are writing for people. And yes, that is the tightrope that all creatives walk, But I like to think most creators are like, okay, one for you, one for me.
Yeah, and as well, most creators are actually start out as fans. They don't write characters that they clearly very much hate,
don't like, and take every opportunity. It's like, and now he's gonna get jumped by 2 bums.
Yeah, and these 2 bums are gonna like kill him.
Because why? Because fuck him, that's
and
why.
And this woman character who I've got major problems with will somehow save him, cause reasons.
Because reasons. Also, too, to say, yep, people hated it. It was the worst of the year. Thank you for this Eisner Award for all these books I've done this year, including the one I know you hated. just to kind of make you lose a little faith in the Eisners, where it's like, look, everyone hated this one. All the fans hated it. But it was already preordained that I was going to win this for the books I did this year and all. And also, too, we'll also put, like, yeah, but he did Mr. Miracle, too. Yeah, and that's good. But then he also had, like, the worst event of the year, too. So shouldn't these, like, cancel each other out?
Exactly.
The answer is no.
No, apparently not.
But enough of Batman. I'm just Batman.
Did you read Action Comics this week?
Yeah, I just read it before we started.
Yeah, so continuation of that Thorn and Rose story, which is pretty cool. It's doing a bit more work than the Event Leviathan series is doing at answering Leviathan stuff.
If you can call it that, I just finished it and I thought it was a fucking boring slog. I could not believe... You know what it feels like? Bendis is like, okay, I've got 3 issues of actual story for Leviathan, and I got a 6-issue event comic. Oh, and I gotta keep writing for Action. How can I stretch these 3 issues over all of this story? Very thinly is how I'll do it.
I'll pad it out with, like, Perry yelling at Robinson for reasons.
Yeah. Also, how many times is Superman gonna learn, hey, you know, I don't think these spy agencies died. I just think they got disappeared. You've learned that in 3 issues. Do something about it.
Yeah, he learned that, like pretty much the first time he, like, fought that thing, and he witnessed the explosion in slow-mo. Like, he realized that, oh, they're disappearing people away. And it's like, okay, I better tell Perry, do it in a couple of weeks.
I'll do it in a couple... Wow, just Jesus Christ.
I did like the investigation stuff in that. Like, I like that Robinson is actually getting some character. Like she's not just like a background character that pops in every now and then.
See, to me, it's like, it's just so little too late. They even tease at the end of this one, Luthor being like, oh, I know the secret of your powers and your origin. I'm like, it's fucking 13 issues over a year later. If I've stopped caring what Robinson Good's deal is. Like, she could be a great character, but I literally stopped caring a year ago.
Hey, this could throw a spanner into that woman, that
Possibly.
Leone woman. Like, now she's got her full power back. Why does Red Cloud need to be with her now that she's fully powered? She could take her down, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that, especially the issue before it, like, did that whole thing where, like, oh, is Superman and the cops, like, turning a blind eye to Thorn just because she does what she does and is good at it? Like, I hope they continue that sort of stuff, the police corruption with vigilantes and all that sort of stuff.
The one thing I enjoyed is, it's like the most minor thing. It's that because we're still in the whole year of the villain thing, so we gotta stop to have Luthor make his deals with people and everything. I thought it was funny that he asked Leone, and Leone's like, no, fuck you. I'm the invisible mob. That's not invisible. I'm going to take my whole house and go home now. And Luthor's like, well, fuck, I guess I'll ask Red Cloud. Then, hey, Red Cloud, do you want to do it? I've already asked Lois to do it too. Like, literally, I'm doing this Legion of Doom stuff, but I really hate Superman, so I'm making deals to multiple Superman people.
Yeah. I do.
Like, every other hero gets one.
Yeah, everyone gets one except Superman gets, like, half his family and, like, most of his enemies.
Like, next, I just assume Luthor going to people on the street. Hey, you know who I really fucking hate? That's Superman. You want, like, $5,000 to go fuck with Superman?
I want to see him, like, go to... It would be really cool if he went to someone like Bibbo and, like corrupted Bibbo or something. Because Bibbo is, like the ultimate Superman fan. And it's, really, just does something just to, like, fuck with Bibbo.
That's okay. We'll get the Bibbo who laughs. We'll get infected Bibbo.
He's part of the Secret Six.
Oh, see, we joke about that, but that'd actually be pretty fucking sick.
That would be pretty cool, yeah.
Because, like, Bibbo's one of, like, the nicest, most good-hearted people in the DC universe, so inverse that, and what does that become?
Yeah, probably one of the worst people ever.
Yeah, really. Like, instead of saving puppies from drowning, Bibbo drowns puppies. Did you actually see in the solicitations, we've seen some of the infected variants, so there's the Shazam who laughs, the Hawkman who laughs is going to be one.
Yeah, Supergirl.
Supergirl gets inverted. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's some really cool... So I'm wondering if, like, that is the makeup of that Secret Six team.
Probably.
Yeah, the Shazam. So, yeah, it's a pretty stacked team.
So we got at least 3 more.
Yeah, I imagine Batman Who Laughs will be on that.
Right, there you go. So that's 4 of 6.
Yeah.
I like them using characters who don't normally get spotlights.
Yeah, they're actually allowed to use, like Shazam, like... since his, like, bring back, he's basically just been relegated to, like, his own little universe in his book and, like, a panel in Doomsday Clock. So, like, It's nice to have him back in the actual universe.
It'd be fun, too, if the whole, like, evil infected Secret Six thing becomes a deal. I want Gail Simone to write a one-shot where the old Secret Six has to fight the new Secret Six.
Do we know if, like, if they're actually going to be the Secret Six, or that they're just calling them that because they're like, there's 6 people here and they're all infected, but you don't know which ones they are because it's a secret?
I think it's both. It's to do a little fun callback reference, but also because they're 6 secret infected people.
Yeah.
But still, I just want to see that crossover, especially because, like, the Secret Six are, like, kind of comedy characters who know their limitations, so they would see, like, infected Hawkman and infected Shazam and be like, fuck this shit, we're going home. This is above our pay grade.
Yeah, just let the Justice League deal with that.
Yeah, really. Ooh, so out of our elements. What else did we have this week, too? I had Amazing Spider-Man 26.
I just caught up to this issue.
This is fun. We have a new Sinister group. It's the Sinister Syndicate, and it's run like a 401k Google business.
Yeah.
Hey, and, here's our ergonomic break room, and, we're doing all sorts of TED Talks from, really empowered female villains from jail. We got Black Mariah conferencing in, and Morgan Le Fay. And, here's our daycare, too, because we think even mothers should be allowed to be supervillains. It's really good shit, and I'm like, oh, Nick Spencer, you're really funny. People forget you're funny.
Yeah, no, but he made Captain America a Nazi, so he's evil.
So he's never allowed to be funny ever again, even though he cut his teeth being really fucking funny. And, like, actually getting, like, a lot of good use out of deep-cut characters. So we get Carolyn Traynor, daughter of the pink-haired 95 Lady Octopus, back as a new Lady Octopus, and kind of looking like the Lady Octopus from Spider-Verse.
Of course.
That's fine. My favorite invention is actually one he invented for this series, and that is the Trapsta, the female hipster version of Trapster, who is already way cooler than Pastepot Pete could ever hope to be. And I just remembered, he invented her for a free comic book day issue.
Oh, nice.
So she actually existed before, and now she's here on the team. And I'm like, I love Trapsta so much. Yeah, I don't know if I'm dropping the E or the A yet, but I'm dropping something.
I love that.
Also, too, the fact that this issue is almost more about Boomerang and him actually trying to be a good guy, and how his friendship with Peter Parker has made him, like, feed the homeless and shit.
Yeah. I wonder if, like, he's ever going to find out that Peter is Spider-Man.
I feel he has to. I feel that's going to be, like, the big denouement of this series, where Spider-Man has to eventually reveal, like, hey, Fred, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, I feel like maybe Kindred might use that. Like, maybe, like, because they're like friends basically now, and he could use that to, like, ruin that relationship, because that's what that guy's deal is. He wants to ruin all of Peter's relationships, so it's just him and Peter.
I also love the fact, too, that Nick Spencer has found all this common ground between Fred Myers and Peter Parker, where it's like, in costume, they couldn't be more different, because Spider-Man is great and Boomerang is lame, but out of costume, they actually have so much in common.
They're basically the same person.
They're basically the same person, which is why Superior Foes was so good, because Fred Myers is just shitty Peter Parker. And the fact that he's still a minor celebrity after Secret Empire and everything.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff. Aunt May starting the Feast initiative again. I thought that was
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. She was setting that up with Robbie, wasn't she?
Yeah, only for the building to get destroyed again. Which is like, goddamn, this building gets put through a lot. This poor building. It's great, too, that for once the Sinister Syndicate actually has nothing to do with Peter and has nothing to do with Spider-Man. They showed up to kill Boomerang.
Oh, that's cool.
It is. I'm like, this is great. This is Boomerang luck. Literally, his shit is coming back to him and hitting Peter. But yeah, they're a fun group. It's good stuff. I like what Nick Spencer is doing. I like that it's funny again.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like to read a funny Spider-Man book, and it's basically just a sequel to Superior Foes, which was, like, one of my favorite things ever, so...
Yeah, I like what Spencer's been doing, where, like, we'll get, like an arc or an arc and a half that's, like, really funny and, like, still, like, keeps the story chugging along. Then we'll get something like Hunted, where it's, like, quite serious and, like shows, like, he can write, like, serious drama stuff, and then we'll go back to, like, funny stuff. It's good, rotation.
Yeah, good counter-programming. He's good at that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Spider-Man 26. Good shit. Really enjoyed it.
Cool. I had The Flash issue 75.
Oh, yeah. We're still chugging along with year one, aren't we?
This was the finale of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it was a good 5 issues of a finale. Again, Flash at the end of last issue has to contend with not just the Turtle, but also the future Turtle, who has come back in time to aid his past self into taking over the world.
Right, you were telling me.
So Peter has to do... like, the future Flash also comes back because he was the Turtle's prisoner, and he's been telling Flash, like, you got to run away from this, you can't do anything, but... Barry's basically, I'm not going to run away from this anymore because my hero, Iris West, isn't going to run away, so why should I? So he ends up fighting the villain and unlocking, like, basically the Speed Force, like, because he did it inadvertently in the first issue of the run, and now he's figured out how to do it. So he uses basically a Speed Force punch to destroy the Turtle and everything, and because he didn't run away and because he did that, the Turtle from the future, and that future where there's an old Flash and the future's been taken over by the Turtle, fades away. So that's not a future anymore. And
have they explained anything with Old Man Captain Cold? Because it looks like that's who he's fighting for Villains Month.
Kinda. I'm getting there. So yeah, at the end of this issue, like, Flash is celebrated in the city's Flash Day and all that stuff, and then Barry gets pulled from, because this is all a dream, conjured up by a villain, not a villain, at least I don't think it's a villain, called Steadfast, who is the new avatar of the Still Force.
Oh, and shit. Which good name for an avatar of the Still Force, yeah, Steadfast.
He wanted to show Barry the past that he apparently forgot because time on Earth has been manipulated. Again, probably more Doomsday Clock stuff, hopefully.
By Dr. Manhattan, we don't know. Shut up.
Yeah, we don't. Perpetua, maybe, I don't know. So
one of them. It was one of them. Bane did it.
He tells Barry that, like, he wants to use the Still Force for good now, and he wants Barry to be ready for what's coming because he needs to basically upgrade his powers, and he does that by rebuilding the Flash Museum and telling Commander Cold, the one from the future, that he needs his help to gather allies for all his threats that are coming. So he needs to gather up all the people who now are the embodiments of all the other forces. And then at the end we get basically it's like the tacked on part for the offer, which is the original Captain Cold, who's in prison, and he's got a big beard, big Santa beard now.
I saw that, yeah.
He's basically just been running missions for the Suicide Squad. He's like the last original member of the Suicide Squad, so he's basically running missions on his own now, because everyone else has either been, like, killed or, like, Snakebite was in there, and he ran off with what was clearly the Necronomicon from Evil Dead, and his head blew up.
Wonder how Boomerang feels, because, like, hey, motherfucker, I'm a Flash villain and I've been on the Suicide Squad way longer than you.
Well, apparently he's the only one now, and he's just like been running missions for Amanda Waller, and, like, everyone hates him because they see him as a traitor because he won't do anything to, like, get out of it. He'll just, like, keep his head down and keep on doing it.
Very smart.
Lex frees him from Belle Rev and says, I'll give you what you want, which is the Flash, and I'll give you something else, which is the Rogues. So they're setting up the Rogues.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a damn good book, and it's like perfect time to jump on now with that year one story, because that's like the origin of this Flash.
Yeah, I really do got to hop in on that, because everything you tell me about it sounds great.
And the upcoming stories are, like, not something people should be sleeping on. We're getting stories about the Speed Force dying and, like, Hypertime falling apart and stuff like that. Like, that's not stuff you should be sleeping on.
That sounds really important.
Yeah. But it never is. It never goddamn is with this book. I don't know why they just keep ignoring it.
The Flash occupies such a weird place in DC.
It does. It really does. You'd think it'd be more popular because of, like, the TV show.
You'd think his stories are these big epics that people only ever really seem to discover after the fact.
Yeah, years after the fact. Or when the TV show does them.
It's also a book, too, where great writers cut their teeth, like Mark Waid and Jeff Johns and shit.
Yeah.
And I think Joshua Williamson will be that kind of writer, too, where it's like, whoa, he cut his teeth on this book, and now he's the architect of the next big great thing.
He's doing Batman Superman.
Yes, he is, which I'm very excited about, which makes me want to read The Flash even more, because I'm like, I bet he's going to reference some shit he did before.
Oh, he's definitely going to do it.
And also, too, he's like the last person to stick around on his book from DC Rebirth onwards.
Yeah, he's like the last one. I can't think of
him
any...
and
Tom King?
Him and King.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
But King's run is ending, so...
Oh, yeah, soon he'll... I wonder if, like, maybe with this Batman Superman book, whether we'll get the end of Joshua Williamson's Flash.
Yeah, who knows?
Because I don't know whether they'll leave him with 2 books.
That's true. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I had Justice League Dark this week.
Oh, how was that?
Not as great as it's been, actually, because it's basically it's an anthology of 3 stories, and one of them is the Year of the Villain offer thing, and the other 2 are literally origin stories that you should probably already know if you're reading a book called Justice League Dark. They give you the origin of Nabu and Dr. Fate, which is basically unchanged from the Golden Age.
Okay, so yeah, they just like printed out a page of like the DC wiki.
It might as well be. I mean, I guess they recontextualized a little because it's like Kent Nelson telling Wonder Woman this story years after the fact.
Okay.
So he's like, look, yeah, me and my dad, we were on an expedition in Egypt, and I turned to crank and ended up killing my dad with poison gas, but then Nabu took me under his wing. Turns out he's a huge asshole, as we know now, so basically it's more like he kidnapped me. And taught me magic and literally forced me to grow up from a little boy to a grown man in a matter of minutes.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised they didn't like try and like kind of connect it with Young Justice, where in Young Justice it's Zatara who is Dr. Fate.
Yeah, well, they do say they need to find a new Dr. Fate is the thing, because obviously after fighting the Lords of Order and everything, and because they went evil, Kent is like, I ain't putting that fucking helmet on again. Nabu's a crazy motherfucker, and we barely beat him the first time. I refuse to put it on. I can't keep him in check. And they're like, hey, Khalid, you were Dr. Fate for a second. Do you want to put it on? And he's like, fuck that shit. No one remembers my book.
I am really surprised that he actually came back. Like, I'm surprised someone actually remembered him or actually gave a shit enough to put him in a book.
James Tynan's a good guy, and they say, like, look, we're gonna hang back at the base now, and we're gonna be your magical men in the chair is what we're gonna be, and we're gonna help you run shit with our magical knowledge, and, we're gonna keep an eye out, too, for a new Dr. Fate, when we find someone who we think would be a good fit for it.
When we find someone who we hate enough to put this helmet on.
Exactly. And then
it'll be the first person that pisses them off.
Exactly, and I'm like, what about the stupid 90s Fate? What about that guy who had an onk over his eye and a big dumb knife?
Yeah, Fate. Oh, God.
Yeah, can we bring him back? Maybe don't, though. And then the other origin story is Constantine drinking at a bar with Zatanna, and he retells his origin story, which the cool thing about that is that they go and do basically Vertigo 80s era art.
Oh, nice.
So it looks fun, and it's literally the story, hey, I was in a punk band called Mucous Membrane. We played a show for this guy named Logue, who was a weird, fucked up Satanist, and I tried to save his daughter from a demon by summoning a bigger demon, and her soul got taken down to hell, and now I'm just shitty about everything all the time. So, Constantine.
Yeah, usual Constantine.
We also find out that it was Zatanna's father that got him out of Ravenscar Asylum, and that he knows more about what's going on, but Zatara literally magicked him to secrecy to force him to keep his lips sealed.
Oh, wow.
And now he can't tell him anything. The last bit was the shortest bit, and it was probably the bit I liked the most, because it was Luthor recruiting Cersei, who was going to be the next villain anyway. Mm-hmm. And she's like, hey, have you been seeing this Justice League of the Dark thing? It's pretty fucking dope, right? But what if I gave you a bunch of money and resources and you could make an Injustice League Dark? Wouldn't that be sick as hell? And Cersei's like, fuck yeah, bro, that would be sick as hell. I'll call Clarion and Solomon Grundy and shit. And that's going to be the Year of the Villain arc, Justice League Dark versus Injustice League Dark.
That's cool. I really want to read Justice League Dark, and I probably will start, because I've kind of kept up with from where I stopped reading like the Lords of Order stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking of probably jumping back on, because I really liked it during the New 52 run. It was probably like one of the only books during the New 52 that was like constantly good.
It felt different, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's only 13 issues now, plus I think some Witchmark tie-in stuff, but very, very easy to pick back up. It's not long at all.
No.
Very easy to pick up, and it looks like they got cool shit coming down the pipeline for it. Also, pick it up now, because we're going to have another similar book in Gotham City Monsters soon.
Yeah.
Which that's going to be hard. Which paranormal book do you read? Because you got 2 to choose from.
Yeah.
What else did you have? I only had like 2 other ones.
Yeah, I think I've got 2 other ones. I've got Detective Comics, issue 1008.
Yes. This was one of mine too.
Yeah, this is a reprinting of an old Silver Age book where Batman fought the Joker.
Yeah, it really felt like that, didn't it?
Yeah, it was great. I loved it because of that.
Yeah, it felt like a book out of time where Joker even says, man, between all these crises and Legion of Dooms and everything, we just haven't been concentrating on the work, man. The work of being a hero and a villain. I cause shit and you stop me. We're just not doing it anymore, man. I feel like we might not have much time left, so we really have to enjoy this.
Yeah, we need to make villainy great again.
That's basically what his entire pitch is for this.
Yeah, and to do that, he rebuilds the amusement park in Gotham, takes a bunch of people hostage, puts little bolo ties around their neck that have gas in them, and he'll blow them up if Batman doesn't show up.
Yep. The park is called Bolin Park, too, naturally, after Brian Bolin, the man who drew Killing Joke.
Yeah, and there's a great Chinatown reference at the end.
It's Bolin Park, man. They even go through the Tunnel of Love, and it's literally just the Tunnel of Love from Killing Joke.
Yeah, I love that. I love that page with Batman in like the little like go-karts and stuff, just like hanging out just because he has to.
That's how you know it's a Silver Age story too, because Batman's like, I could stop you at any time, but if I want to get the detonator for the bomb, I have to put up with your bullshit all day.
Yeah, and that means like taking sledgehammers to the feet and like dealing with like Joker offering him cotton candy and shit like that.
Because that's all Joker wanted. He just wanted to hang out at the amusement park with Batman.
Yeah. Also, which Joker is this? I don't know.
Whatever.
One of the 3.
It's all good. He mentions the Legion of Doom, so I'm going to assume it's that one.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe this is the Super Friends Joker who was on the Legion of Doom, so you don't know. It is a good-looking Joker, though.
Yeah. Again, who's doing the art? Again, it's what's his name?
Mankey.
Doug Mankey, yeah. Again, this is I was reading it, I was like, this is why I really like this book as well. This art is always consistent through the issue. Like it's not like Tom King's book where every second page is by a different artist.
Right.
It's just constantly it's constant and it's good and it's fun.
It is. It was a very fun book, and obviously this is kind of the buffer, because the next one is going to be Year of the Villain, and Batman's going to be fighting not just Mr. Freeze, but Mrs. Freeze, too, apparently.
That was what really surprised me, because, again, we got those covers, and she was on there with a big robotic arm and everything, and I'm like, oh, that's quite interesting that they'd still fight, and I actually had, like, a really cool, like, story. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's so cool, so I was like, okay, like, why would she be fighting, like... Why would they be fighting? Because like Freeze has what he wants. He'll just bugger off somewhere. So I was thinking, it's like, oh, they got to do like a cool story where like all the times Batman has fought Mr. Freeze, like in that chamber where his wife is,
she was away.
She could like hear him and like see Batman beating the fuck out of her husband and everything. And
who was only trying to help her.
She doesn't have any context of it or either. So she just thinks this guy in a bat costume just coming in and just like prohibiting her husband from like helping her,
saving her life.
So she thinks that Batman is evil. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I hope they do it.
That's really good, actually, Matt. That's fucking genius.
Yeah, I don't know whether they will, but I hope they do.
That's man. You see, now you set the bar really high, because if her reasoning is any less than that, I'll be disappointed. That also begs the question too. Yo, Batman, why didn't you just give him a bunch of money to save his wife? Why did Luthor have to be the one to do it? That means that there was X amount of money that it would have taken to save his wife, and you never did it.
Again, they could play that into it. It's like, why did Batman never help you? He had access to all of this. Why did he never? Is it because he wanted you to always fail and always be there to be like a punching bag or something?
Yeah, what the hell, Batman?
Yeah, there's so many cool ways you could go with it.
We haven't had a truly great Mr. Freeze story in a long time, and I'm hoping this will be a truly great Mr. Freeze story.
I'd argue White Knight was kind of a good Mr. Freeze story, or had a good Mr. Freeze story in it.
he was a minor character, but you're right. He had a good arc in that. Even when Scott Snyder re-envisioned him and like brought him back to the villain that he was, that was a pretty good one.
Yep, that was
when
a good
Mr.
one.
Freeze is like, "Yo, I'm gonna freeze the world, and I got all these people here."
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. I had one last one, and it was Web of Venom Funeral Pyre, leading into Absolute Carnage.
I was gonna ask you, like, when does this like event start? Because I'm kind of interested to get into it.
Fairly soon. It's going to be the next event, so
Okay.
I think like in a couple weeks, if not next month.
Okay.
But yeah, Funeral Pyre, which is actually a reference to a Venom Punisher crossover from like '93. This has nothing to do with any of that. They just took the name because it's a fun name. We actually check in with Mania of all people. You remember who Mania was, Matt?
Vaguely.
Mania was Flash Thompson's goth teenager sidekick from his time in Philadelphia.
That is right, yeah.
So we get to see what she's doing, and like, you know, she's just like bumming around Philadelphia being like, man, you know, I kind of got like ghost arm syndrome, but for the symbiote, I got like ghost symbiote syndrome. I keep thinking it's here when it's not, and that's really lame, and I keep having horrible nightmares. Then Carnage shows up, and he's like, hey, working for Null now, gotta kill everyone who's ever owned a symbiote and, like, drink their bone marrow as an offering to my dark god. And I picked you first, because, you know, I figured there's no other heroes in Philadelphia to help you.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia.
It's Philadelphia, man. It's easy, so you know. Which makes a lot of sense, because he dug up all those bodies from Carnage USA and drank their bone marrow, and now he's going after her. He's going, like, in reverse order.
Yeah.
Which is smart. He's like, well, I'm not going to fight Eddie Brock first, and I'm not going to fight Peter Parker first, and I'm not going to fight, like, the Red Hulk and all these other people. No. I'm starting small and building up. But yeah, he, like, tries to kill her, and then you remember, oh yeah, Andy just didn't have symbiote powers. She also was, like, devil touched, so she also has, like, hell powers as well.
Yeah, like magic and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like magic, and she tries to burn Carnage alive with hellfire, and he's like, yeah, that doesn't work on me anymore. I have my own dark god now. The devil should be having nightmares of me. And then she escapes, and she's like, oh, I gotta tell someone, I gotta tell Eddie Brock, and that's where the comic basically ends, with her being the one who actually knows what Carnage wants now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fine. Cullen Bunn wrote this one, and Cullen Bunn wrote a lot of the Philadelphia Venom anyway, so it's fun to see he got to come back and write this.
Okay.
So that was good shit.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I liked it.
Awesome. The last book I had was Star Wars issue 69.
69. But yes, Star Wars. I'm sorry, I'm exactly 12.
Yeah, so last issue was actually the beginning of Greg Pak's new run on the book.
Oh yeah, he's starting a new one, isn't
with
he?
Phil Noto on art, so the book looks amazing.
Nice.
So in that issue, we're actually in Empire Strikes Back territory now.
Cool.
The Empire is sending out the probe droids looking for the rebels and everything. So the rebels want to come up with a bunch of plans that will help them kind of direct the Empire away from them. So Han and Leia end up going to like Blade Runner planet.
Cool.
And dressing up like Blade Runners to like infiltrate this like planet that's basically one big criminal empire.
Which makes sense for it to be Blade Runner because you've got Harrison Ford guy.
Yeah. So he gets to dress up like a Blade Runner. So yeah, they infiltrate this, and they end up running into this guy called Dar Champion, who is like one of Leia's old flames from her time at like an academy somewhere. So there's like this added like tension between them, and they've got to like make it look like that planet is aiding the rebels when they're really not, so the Empire will leave that planet. Maybe they might be able to use that planet as like a base at some point. Luke has gone to like a desert planet, which he comments on as like, I've tried all my life to get off a desert planet and I just wind up back on one.
Your whole family, Skywalker, can't fucking get away from it.
He goes there because there's a rebel outpost there, so he needs to get past the Superstar Destroyer in orbit to get down to the planet to help them escape. And it's here he runs into a woman who may or may not have force powers. Ooh. So he's going to learn some stuff from her, and then Chewbacca and 3PO end up going to a planet that's apparently uninhabited with the plan on putting proton torpedo detonators everywhere over the planet, luring as many of the Empire as they can to the planet and then blowing it up.
That's an interesting plan.
Yeah, the whole planet's meant to be uninhabited, but 3PO ends up finding these like rock creatures that they didn't appear in any scans because they're rock creatures. They don't live, quote unquote. So
they're cord, basically.
Yeah, so there's like this moral dilemma where like 3PO wants to let them live because they're like him. They're not alive, but they're alive. But Chewie's like, fuck that shit. Blow them up. But then Chewie relents.
And by that you mean...
Yeah, exactly that.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them rock people.
Jeez, Chewie.
But he relents and is like, okay, we'll get the detonators. But the only problem is he set off the homing beacon that would bring the Empire to them. So the Empire like all arrives at once. So there's really cool stories being set up, and it's 3 like plots that are sort of their own separate things but are intertwined, and it doesn't feel convoluted in any way.
There's a connection by theme I'm noticing too.
Yeah, and as well as it's drawn by Phil Noto, so it looks good. It looks so much better than the previous 67 issues, which were all done by...
Oh, wow.
I can't remember what the artist's name, but he used photo references where he'd basically just trace over the faces and be like, I know what scene that's from the movies. I know what scene that's from the movies.
Which is funny because Pac has been known to get artists who do that a lot too.
Yeah, but this time he's got Phil Noto who doesn't do that.
No, Phil Noto, who's just killing it these days.
Yeah, so the book is really good. It's kind of been reinvigorated a little bit because of that.
That's good. I mean, I think they need it too, obviously, with the new movie coming down the pipeline soon. They want to make sure the comic is at a high premium.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I want to go to Star Wars Land. They apparently open the one in Orlando soon. Maybe for Christmas this year, instead of Christmas gifts, everyone can just give me money to go to Star Wars. Give me money for Star Wars.
But didn't you hear, Joel? It's like failing. It's only putting 25,000 people through each ride an hour. Only 25,000. It's failing, Joel. Star Wars fatigue, no. Disney fatigue.
Yeah, of course. You know the biggest thing. At the biggest park ever. Got to give me some of that blue milk, damn it. Although, from what I understand, the green milk is actually better.
Yeah, some of the food isn't too good, apparently.
That's the thing. I follow the Disney food blog, and they're like, look, it's cool, but, like, the food is not hitting it yet. But you can't blame them, because, like, what the fuck is Star Wars food? We don't even know yet. They had the same problem in Avatar Land. We're like, what the fuck is Avatar
what
food?
The fuck do the avatars eat?
Yeah. Apparently, it's better now. They got these things, cheeseburger pods, which literally they're just bao buns filled with cheeseburgers. Yeah,
that's like they've got like Coca-Cola is now canon in the Star Wars canon because they got Coke there and it's in like these little like Star Wars bottles.
I saw that. I like to imagine that Coca-Cola will survive Earth and will go to a galaxy far, far away when the rest of us are but dust. I like to imagine that.
Yes, they'll be the one thing left over from an ancient time.
I like to imagine when we have first contact with the aliens, it's like, okay, and here's a little gift basket with some Coke in there, and they try it with their little tentacle arms, and they're like, "Raw! This is actually an aphrodisiac on our planet. Give us more."
Yeah, it's tantamount to cocaine, what it used to be.
What it used to be. To which, us Earthlings are like, really, they fucking love the Coca-Cola, man. It's just sugar, water, and bubbles. Seriously? They love it. Okay, sure. Can we get some ray guns and some, cure for space AIDS? Sure. Oh, yeah, okay, right on. Yeah. Guys, I got ray guns and the cure for space AIDS in that order.
Yeah, all it took was a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, all it took was a bottle of Coke. It's great because we're not going to die of disease anymore, but also we can bust lasers in each other's asses.
We can finally raid Area 51.
Finally, only to be disappointed when we find out that's where the government kept all the chairs.
Yeah, the big chairs. We'll wear our Juggalo face masks and infiltrate.
Naruto running so bullets can't hit us. Oh, man, I love that, that CIA's new facial cam tech can't see through Juggalo face paint. That's amazing. In fact, hey, all those new face-changing apps that are so big on the internet now, a lot of people are saying, that's the government trying to get your facial fingerprint now, right? And you're just giving it away because, I want to see what I look like as an old man or a lady. That's why I don't do that shit.
No.
The government ain't getting my face.
No.
I'll only do it when we master the John Travolta face-off technology.
Yeah, where I've done that now. Now the time to change my face.
Now to change my speaking of John Travolta, he's going to be in Toronto this year for Fan Expo. I'm not going, but he's actually going to be there in a very rare convention appearance.
That's so strange.
It is, because I'm like, what geek stuff has he been in? Battlefield Earth?
Yeah, I guess maybe you could count Face Off as like a geek thing, like a movie geek thing.
I guess.
But
But that's like more of a John Woo thing.
Yeah, he doesn't really do any of those like
genre movies.
No, he
was in Punisher.
Yeah, I guess
the one no one remembers, the Thomas Jane one.
The one that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, the Thomas Jane one from 2004. I mean, is this like? Are we gonna find out later that this is all just a backdoor to Scientology? It's like, all right, here, here's an autograph for you. That's $50. Now go get your e-meters read over here.
He gives out free autographs if they all get audited.
If they all get audited, it's all just a backdoor for Scientology.
Maybe he's going to promote his new direct-to-video film he made that week or something.
Of course. Gotti 2, Gaudier.
Yeah, the critics couldn't keep us down.
No, Gotti 2, Ghost of Gotti. Well, you see, Gotti's a ghost now in the sequel, played by me, and... Just stop talking, John. Just stop. Remember when you had your career resurrected by Tarantino in Pulp Fiction? Then you pissed it all away. Then you had it like resurrected again in like Hairspray, and then you pissed it all away again. Your career is just a bunch of pissing away.
Yeah, and now it's all direct-to-DVD films.
Man, that dude was a huge box office guy, and now he's doing direct-to-DVD schlock.
Scientology does shit to you, man.
Unless you're Tom Cruise, though, in which case Scientology lets you stay on top. But he's the space pope, so you know.
We'll see. They can't do anything to him because he has those soul-reaving powers. So, like, if someone says something mean to him, he'll just take their soul, and that's why he's so young.
That's why he's always running, too. He's charging up the soul-reaving machine. It's like the Speed Force. You got to get a running start.
Yeah, it's like a solar battery. He's got to like wind it up to keep the charge in it.
Naturally. Seriously, yeah, why is Tom Cruise so fucking young? Xenu, he's got the alien blood in him, that's why.
You know he was originally meant to play Brad Pitt's role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Wow, that would have been a really different movie.
Yeah, I couldn't see it like that.
Also, can you imagine Tarantino having to work with him because they're both two huge personalities?
He would probably somehow find a way, because he's a method actor, to go back in time and actually be that man and then like kill the Manson family.
Yeah, really? I will do it. I will rewrite history. What blows me away about that, too, is that so many people I'm finding on Twitter who are younger than us are like, whoa, Charles Manson was real? Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that, too. I saw a comment there like Ice Cube wasn't having any of that. He told some guy to like go look it up on Wikipedia. Yeah,
Ice-T, and they're like, who's the Manson family? It's like, fucking look it up. Man, I love the actor they got to play Charles Manson, too. He really does look like him.
The guy who plays, like, Charles Manson in everything he's in.
Yeah.
They cast
he's got them.
Him and, like, Tarantino and some other director cast that same guy as Charles Manson in 2 different projects.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's the eyes. He's got them crazy, buggy, shifty eyes like the real Manson. And he was able to grow the hair and the beard, too, which I'm sure is also important.
Although I hear he's not in the film all that much.
No, I heard that too. Man, I wonder how the real Manson feels about that. It's like, hey man, did you know they put you in like you're a real hot commodity now? You're actually in a bunch of movies again.
Knowing him, he'd probably just be like, cool.
Yeah, I'm free in my mind. They can't get me here.
Scientology's too crazy for me.
It's too crazy for me.
He said that. He actually said that. He tried it once, and then it's like, it's too crazy for me.
And I tattooed this swastika on my head. Scientology, it's a cult, says Charles Manson, famous cult leader. That's what they need. They just need to like record Charles Manson saying it's a cult, crazy shit. No, I wouldn't trust that. It's a cult. TikTok, it's a cult,
He can be a cult consultant.
Cult consultant Charles Manson. Holy shit. Well, the show ain't getting better than that, everyone. On that note, we can bring it to a close. Hilariously, we've been talking for over an hour 50. I thought this was going to be a short one, Matt, and this ended up being the same length as a regular episode.
We can't win. We cannot win for losing, so never say we shortchanged you, everyone. No.
thank you so much for watching. Always a pleasure. Be sure to like, subscribe, keep the conversation going down in the comment section. Really helps drive engagement, even if it's just saying hi. We always like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can find the show here on YouTube Wednesday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every week. That is, of course, unless you're a patron, in which case you get it Sunday night, usually around midnight, as soon as we're done. It's like 12:01 right now as we sit and record this. And if you want the audio version, which is ad-free, be sure to head on over to SoundCloud, where you can download that one directly, and iTunes too, and everywhere else that the RSS feed gets put up there.
Yeah, awesome.
Truth be told, I don't know everywhere this podcast goes. I know I search, it's like, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, never heard of these.
Ugandan pirate websites, what?
What? Well, I am the captain now, so, it's all good. But yes, thank you, everyone, and we will be back again next week. Until then, everyone, comics, do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. You know what to do. Bye, everyone.
Bye.